Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to tonight's Shag Shag Quickie. I'm Dirty Lola, and tonight's class is Creative Connections. We're thriving in long distance relationships. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about how to survive being in a long distance relationship, whether it's by choice or by circumstance, but ways to keep your relationship going and in creative ways. So first off, I want to start by talking about the ways you can stay connected when you're far away. So one, we all know, like phone calls, having a designated chat. So whether that's like on WhatsApp, Signal, your Instagram, someplace where you're always checking in with each other, whether it's day to day. Some people want minutia about your day, like they want you to say good morning and good night. My long distance partner I've been with for 7 years, he lives on the West Coast and I'm on the East Coast, so we always do good morning, good night because those schedules don't always line up, but that way it's being said and it's kind of noting I'm thinking about you. Throughout the day, we send memes in those chats, as we call it pebbling. When you send little memes, it's pebbling. You're sending little treats going, I thought about you. This thing made my brain light up and think about you. So that's a place where we keep those things. And then other ways we stay connected is we leave voice notes for each other. Most apps have voice notes, and sometimes it's just silly things. Sometimes it's stuff that might be communicated better with tone over just writing it out. So if you want something to be construed the right way, because as you know, people cannot tell tone through typing, a voice note is a great way to do it. We also use it for video calls. So video calls are great. Sometimes we co-work. Sometimes it's just to check in if it's one of our birthdays or a special occasion. Even if we're like running around, if we want to have that in-person moment, we'll do a video call. We also use video chat for our, we have a weekly date. So date nights, great way to stay connected to your long distance partner. And like scheduling it out. I know people hate scheduling. They think scheduling isn't sexy, but you know what else isn't sexy? Completely missing time because you keep forgetting to put aside some time to chat with your partner, even if it's for like 10 minutes. We block off like about 3 hours because it's the time of the week when we chat. It works with his schedule and what's going on. We're polyamorous, so what's going on with his wife and kid and what's going on with my life and my work. It works for us. If we have to change it, we will. But it's a steady, always in the calendar thing that I know Monday night, which is tonight, is our date night. And during that date night, we do things like we watch movies together. So we sync things up on the different channels. Sometimes we watch YouTubes together. But a lot of it is just catching up about the week. What's happened? What's going on? If there's something maybe you talked about but you didn't get to talk about in depth, taking that time to like really catch up with each other. What we don't do during those nights is which has newly instituted, is we're trying not to have like our talking about issues. Those we are creating a different day or night for. So we actually have a couple times a month we schedule an afternoon that works for both of us where we can come together to talk about any problems that we're having. So I usually will write things down, he'll write things down. We'll let each other know that we want to talk about stuff. Sometimes you might not know something's been bothering you and you might need to check in. So having a day that's designated for talking about those issues, we call it like the state of the union. Basically, it's what's going on with your relationship. But keeping that separate from your date night is going to make date nights more fun. You're going to not dread having a date night because you're going to be like, oh, this is going to be the night we're talking about whatever crap is happening. So having a separate night set aside or afternoon set aside for talking about those things is amazing. I lost my place in my notes. Using those, your date night activities. Sometimes we have dinner together. We've made dinner together, so buying the ingredients to make the same meal. Sometimes we're just having our separate meal together. We'll try to line it up. Having a cocktail together. We've done classes together, like we bought the same cheese making kit because, we're cheesy, but we made the same cheese making kit and we did that on a date night. So finding activities interests that you both have that you can do from far away, things that you can order, you can mail to each other. It could be a gift. It could just be something you decide to buy together. We've done game nights. All of those things will help keep your relationship going, because one of the things that happens when you're in a long distance relationship is folks kind of take for granted. They're like, oh, I'll get to see you. We'll get time when we're together. But there's all this time in between that can cause a disconnect if you're not spending time enriching your relationship through all those little moments. On the sexier side of things, having a safe space to send your partner nudes or lewds. Lewds are things that are maybe suggestive, but not with nudity. If you are going to do nudes, just make sure you're not going to regret that person having them later. You need to trust them implicitly. You can also, there are many apps that have disappearing functions, so if you don't want the picture to be in their possession forever, you can have it disappear. But sharing those sexy moments with consent. Make sure you're not sending it when they're like in the middle of work. Again, I'm on the East Coast, my partner's on the West Coast. He will ask, would I like a sexy photo? And am I in a place to receive it? Because if I'm on a call, I don't need a dick pic to pop up suddenly while I'm in the middle of a class or having a meeting. So he asked those questions, and it's something same, and I will send them back. But those are also like sexy, spicy moments to keep it going. Another great way of being connected and doing the same thing, but in the spicy realm, is I love getting a book, like an anthology. This is Safe Word, an erotic S&M novel, but anything with multiple short stories in it, and then getting 2 color highlighters and both reading the book, highlighting your favorite parts, and then mailing it to your partner so they get to read what you loved in it, the stories that were your favorite, maybe it's what turns you on the most. Whatever parameters you set for yourself, you can make the rules around it, and then they're going to do the same and send it back to you. That's a great way to get an insight into what your partner's thinking. This is also a great activity if you're not long distance. And we're getting into super spicy realm. There's so many toys now that are app enabled. The tech is called teledildonks, and it just means that these toys can be operated from anywhere in the world as long as you're both on Wi-Fi. So the way it works is the person who has the toy on their person, their phone will speak to the toy via Bluetooth, so you have to have a Bluetooth connection going. Your phone has to be near you, and then your phones will talk to each other over Wi-Fi, and you can be anywhere in the world and still control it via an app. So we have a few different brands here at Shag that are app enabled. We have Satisfyer, we have WeVibe, and we have Lovin's. This is the Lovin's. What is this one? The Vulse? Yes. This one thrust. So it inserts and it thrusts up and down. Wait, can I make it do it on camera? Will it do the tricks? The great thing about these things is, well, some people might not think it's great, but your partner can't surprise you. You have to send permissions. So with all of these apps, your partner, you both will have to have the app installed on your phone, and you would send over, it's a text or an email with a code, and that gives your partner control of the toy. And when the session is over, they lose control of the toy. This is great if you break up. This way somebody can't accidentally start using the toy. It's great if you're wearing the toy and again, you're in a meeting and they don't know what's going on in your day. They can't just start using it. So it's all about built-in consent. But if you also are the type of couple who like to play with other people that aren't your partner, Lovin's has a way for you to play with strangers via the app. So you can have a kind of a threesome or a cuckolding session from a distance using one of these toys. And they make so many different versions. There's toys that operate together. So whatever you're doing with your toy is going to make the same action happen with your partner's toy. The tech is just amazing. Here's another version. This is a vibrating cock ring. This is the WeVibe. So same idea, just a different method. This is a panty vibe. So this would fit in your panty. Any panty you have, you don't have to have like a special panty to go with it. It has a magnet, sits, fits, and then same thing. So all of these different toys are app enabled, and we have so many more. We have dildos and G-spot toys that are all app enabled. So there's some flavor for everybody when it comes to the long distance fun. If you just want to be sweet and send your partner a gift to maybe have a nice night or to think about you, or you're going to share the same kind of evening, I like sending care packages. You can send a piece of clothing. My partner used to send me t-shirts all the time that he had been wearing, and then I would save them up and wash them and bring them back when I would go visit him, but I got something that smelled like him. So if you're very into your partner's smell, having a piece of clothing from them is amazing. You want, just make sure it's not completely gross. Just wear it, but don't, I don't know. I'm not going to yuck your yum. If you want to get out there and get real stinky and then mail it, you do you. But just wear it. If you have a perfume or cologne that they like, wearing that and then sending the piece of clothing. You can include with that something so they can have a self-care night. So we have like this cute little bundle that I love because it has candles, incense and Palo Santo, but also soap. So they can have like a nice bath night, a nice meditation evening while they think about you. Maybe you take a bath together. So you get one for yourself, you get one for them, and you have a nice night. You can send like face masks and chocolates and make whole little kits, just anything that things that they like or things that would make them think of you. If you are in a very specific state, my partner sends me hot sauce that I can't get anywhere else, that I can only get where he lives. And he'll send me these candles that are named after the place where he lives, and it's supposed to supposedly smell. They smell good, but I don't think it smells like where he lives. But all these things are things that they're in my house, and when I look at them, I think about him. It makes me smile. It's a way to keep connected. Okay, so everything I talked about today is available in our shop and on our website. And for everybody who's in this class, from Monday night to Thursday at midnight, Sydney? Yeah. Thursday at midnight, we're going to give you a discount. Distance 25, it's just spelled all out, and the number 25. Doesn't matter if it's capitalized. Just all lowercase is fine. And you will get a discount on your items, and you can get those shipped. We ship all over the U.S. And if you're in New York and you can do in-store pickup, we also do same-day delivery. So whatever your needs, we can. And Valentine's is coming up. So if you want to order something to send to your love, I don't know at this point if they're going to get it at Valentine's Day because we have no control over what the USPS does. But they'll eventually get it, right? You can let them know they have a surprise coming. That's a pro tip. If you waited too late, like I waited really long to buy my partner's gift because I realized Valentine's was this week, then I just messaged him and I'm like, you're going to get a gift every day because Amazon ships things on different days in different boxes. But ta-da, like I planned it, I didn't. But just let them know it's coming. It's the thought that counts. It doesn't always have to arrive on the day. So yeah, does anybody have questions who's out there in the world of the internet? All right. If y'all don't have questions, I am done here tonight. I hope that some of this was helpful, gave you some good tips for keeping your long distance relationships alive and thriving and happy until you can be together again. Have a great evening. I'm Dirty Lola, and thank you for stopping by Shag. Bye.